Hello my loves, hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video. I am so excited today to film this video because I want to go into also a new direction, because I know we talk about motivational things, but I also want to talk about disorders. We are definitely in a place in society where the pandemic is going on, people are having more mental health issues. There are also people who are self-diagnosing themselves. So I really want to get into some disorders, some that are common that we say, like bipolar or, depression, but then some of the uncommon ones like we're going to talk about today, which is Disruptive Mood Dysregulation Disorder. And I'm just so excited to talk about them, give some history, maybe the criteria. So if you like this kind of video, just make sure to let me know in the comments below or like this video, and we can definitely have more of them. But anyways, tell me what you think, and if you are interested, make sure you just keep on watching. So let's talk about Disruptive Mood Dysregulation Disorder, DMDD. Let's go. Okay guys, so before we talk about the criteria and what classifies a person to have DMDD, let's talk about what it is and the history behind it. DMDD is a disorder that's found in children between the ages of 6 and 18. This is where they are severely angry, irritable. They have these temper outbursts that last long spans of time. This is where their mood swings or their actions that they do because of this disorder, it affects other parts of their lives. It affects their relationships, how they interact with people. It affects a lot of things. Now, it's really important that we remember that the long span of time portion, the duration. And I say that because prior to 2013, when this disorder was really created, a lot of psychiatrists were diagnosing DMDD as bipolar disorder. Now, a lot of us talk about bipolar disorder, but the thing is, with bipolar disorder, those are where you have episodes, but they are sporadic. They are just in the moment, and afterwards you have almost no lingering feelings, whereas with DMDD, it lasts all the time. So even after you've had your moment, right? You are still upset. You are still angry. It's almost daily that you have this brooding mood and frustration. So that is strictly the difference between bipolar disorder and DMDD. So it was created in 2013. It is a new disorder that typically happens within kids. So now we're going to get into the criteria of what classifies a child to have DMDD. So I really want you to keep in mind as I go down the symptoms is that these symptoms have to be presented for at least 12 months or longer, which sounds like a long time, but it's really not if this is something that is ongoing. If in fact that you believe that, a child has DMDD, if it stops for at least 3 consecutive months, they are not considered to meet the criteria. So make sure that you are noting that you are seeing it for 12 months straight consistently. So some of the symptoms that you will have to see for 12 months are the fact that they have outlandish behaviors and responses. This is yelling, kicking, hitting, destruction of property. And when it comes to you determining if it's outlandish or not, look at the cause or what happened prior leading up to that point. Like, prime example, if you have a child and they want dessert before dinner and you tell them no, and most kids sure might be upset or just be like, whatever mom, I'm over it, maybe cry, beg, try to negotiate. But children who have DMDD, they are going to lose their minds in the sense of you'll literally look and be like, yo, it was just you not getting dessert before dinner. They are going to hit. They are going to use foul language. They are going to destroy things. It's way outlandish than just the fact that they just didn't get dessert. It's almost like it's very disproportionate to what they were upset for. So make sure that you keep that in mind if you are thinking that your kid has DMDD. But also too, I want you to keep in mind that it does not just happen in your home. This has to be where a child is displaying these symptoms in other settings, like at school, at camp, at your grandma's house, at your house. There has to be multiple settings that they are showing this behavior in where they are struggling to grasp control when they are upset. And also too, like we talked about before, this is something that doesn't go away. It happens at least 3 times per week, which is a lot. Sometimes it might not be exactly 3 times per week, but when you look at the whole month and how many outbursts they then had, it rationalizes or averages out to about 3 times per week. But this is, once again, it is ongoing. So this is something that you see very frequently. It's very intense and it doesn't go away. These kids are still upset by the end of the day. Most days, they're still upset. So those are some of the symptoms that fall within that criteria. Now guys, before we end this video, I just want to say that we don't know at this time what causes DMDD, but there have been risk factors that have been taken account for. Risk factors are really just elements or environments around the kid and how it can help influence this disorder. So as of right now, there were 4 that were typically associated with the disorder, which is low or minimal parental support. That can be where the parent really just doesn't know what to do when the situation happens, when it all occurs, because it is severe. So low parental support, family conflicts, seeing other people fighting, parental hostility, or substance use. We all know that there can be dramatic effects to the use of substances or observing of family members. And then lastly, disciplinary issues at school. Right? So those are kind of the 4 that as of right now are associated with the disorder. So just take the time to think about if you've seen this in your own children or you've seen this in other children. They may be diagnosed with DMDD. Now, as far as treatment, it's still in the process because it is a new disorder that came out in 2013. But as of right now, the only things that they recommend is medication management, where you take medication to help calm, or your child takes medication to help calm themselves. Intensive counseling, get them a counselor, outpatient counseling, but also intensive counseling where someone comes into the home and helps your child either be able to cope, deal, or be able to maneuver so that they're not triggered. And then last but not least, parent coaching, to get the parents on board and to understand what this disorder is, what they are likely to see, and how they can address it on a case-by-case basis with their child. But that's all we have for now as far as how to deal with the disorder, what the disorder is. I hope you guys learned something for this video. I really like this sort of video. I love to learn about the disorder myself, just a little bit more, and I hope you guys learned something from it too. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like the videos, or comment your thoughts. If you've ever experienced this and you just didn't have a name for it or know what it was, I got you. So anyway, make sure that you continue to watch my next videos coming up. Let me know if there's any other disorders that you want me to discuss, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.